Hello everyone, Jonathan Casey here with Mercury's Messenger Astrology, here to talk about February 3rd, 2020. So what we have going on today is we have Venus squaring Saturn, and we have the Moon entering Gemini. Is it squaring? It's making an aspect anyways to Mercury, who's entering Pisces. I believe that's a square. Maybe the Venus was a trine to Saturn. Let's check it out in the chart and see what's going on. So, oh, that's not the chart. That is my Facebook post that I will get to after. So Venus is in a sextile to Saturn. Okay, so this is, I feel, our desire to manifest um, the dream into reality. Bring the dream into a foundation, desire, structure, right? Reality. So bringing that dream into reality, the desire of being able to do that, kind of energy. And the other thing that I was talking about was the moon squaring Mercury. So the moon going into Gemini, Mercury going into Pisces, as they are in square to each other. Mercury ruling um, Gemini, and the moon is considered a water element, and Pisces is also water. The moon doesn't rule over Pisces, but I still feel has connection to that sign. They both have an element of intuitive nature. So, yeah, Mercury in Pisces. Uh, Mercury's about the mind, and in Pisces can become really dreamy, but also confused. Um, kind of in the fog. Things can be not very clear, but the imagination definitely is running wild. And the moon in Gemini, I feel Gemini right here, we can look at Gemini more in the sense of youth, okay? Um, that is one of the things that Gemini energy is about, is youth. So the moon is kind of feeling uh, youthful again in this kind of dreamy state of mind that Mercury is in. This kind of seems to be alchemist energy. Pisces, Venus being in Pisces, so therefore connected to this Mercury energy, not in aspect, but through the sign that they're both sharing, and Venus, that desire, heart's desire to um, make it real. Uh, I feel like Mercury is kind of that alchemist. Um, I feel like especially Mercury in Pisces is a very alchemical kind of process where the mind is dreaming, and that dreaming can be formed and brought into reality, with the Venus complementing that energy. Let's just take a look. I didn't really look here. Oh, Mars is past Neptune, so I'm not really going to discuss that. So yeah, that's what I feel like is going on in the chart for the third. Let's also take a look at. It's been something I've been doing lately, getting into covering my Facebook posts as well. for February 3rd, I drew the cards the Page of Wands and the Bellows. The Page of Wands is from my, excuse me, my who I'm staying with just made a beautiful salmon steak spiced dinner. The spices were a little bit they complemented the dish great, but the taste of the spices stayed lingering well after. Anyhow, from my Santa Muerte tarot deck, and the Bellows is from the Steampunk Oracle deck. So, the Page of Wands and the Bellows. The Page of Wands, a message may come from someone from when you were young. A message for fun, or maybe it is you who has this to do. This is the intuitive view I get from this depiction. The Wands is about action and desire, and the Page is the student and messenger. So this message might be the fulfillment we need for the lesson to be learned of the unresolved childhood desire, allowing us to return to a state of bliss and joy. The Bellows. The Bellows symbol perfectly describes the burning desire that is deep within our belly. Think of the olden days when one had to ignite embers to increase a fire. I also see in this depiction the hot air balloon, the use of hot air and wind to take us on an adventure. Cards in Unity. The two elements depicted in both cards, fire and air. I hear that saying, I'll restart that over. The two elements depicted in both cards is fire and air. I hear that saying when you've spoken too much about something that has no value. You're full of hot air. You've been spoken of this for years to the point of excess in which it is time to release. This has ran its course. You've got the message by now. You've learned the lesson. It is now the time to reignite that fire in your soul, the one before your traumatic folklore. That time has gone like the wind, and a new adventure lies before. Release the weights of your past and set your sails into the wind with a new fiery roar, one that you've never experienced before. I kind of find this rhymed a little bit. It just kind of fell that way. I kind of like that it rhymed. Had a little fun with it in that kind of sense. So that's what I got out of the tarot read to go with the astrology that I was saying. Mercury is the messenger. And in Pisces is dreaming that new adventure. So Venus in sextile to Saturn, but is also still in sextile to Pluto. So this is Pluto is about death and rebirth, letting go of that past to rebirth a new adventure, a new reality for us to explore. One with Saturn, the lessons, the teacher. One where we've now matured and gathered the lessons. So this new adventure, this adventure isn't like one we've been on before. It's going to be completely new, fresh, and one that's full of that, fiery, even though I guess none of those planets are in our fire element or in signs of fire. The cards did show fire, so who knows, maybe that's going to be Mars who's approaching, entering into, or it could be the Black Moon Lilith and Chiron in Aries, where Venus is approaching, or like I said, Mars is coming into Capricorn. Um, so there is some fire energy that is coming a little bit already with the Chiron um, Lilith, and that's just heating up. So get that bellow, blow that hot air, uh, and reignite the flame of passion in your soul. Okay, so this is the video for the 3rd. Thank you guys for watching. I'm doing this video actually on the 1st. You can see in the corner my clock says the 1st over here. I did it now because I'm heading to camp early tomorrow. So at camp I don't have any internet. So hopefully I'll be able to get the video out for the 4th. I already drew the cards. I just have to write the article. That too, I guess I'm going to hopefully get out in time. Who knows? It is getting late this evening, so I doubt I'm doing it anymore today. Maybe I might be up to it in the morning before I head out. I'm not really in a rush. I did notice some good sales at the grocery store. I just went for a ride with the people I'm staying with right now. I didn't want to buy a bunch of stuff because they only have a little fridge, and I'm heading to camp anyhow, so why lug it all here to then lug it somewhere tomorrow? I'll be going that way. And yeah, I feel like I'm gonna end up spending a lot of money on the sales at the grocery store tomorrow. But anyhow, thanks for watching. Talk to you guys all soon. Bye now.